Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel, a channel where we read and react to the best Reddit stories. Today, we're reading a story titled, How People Can Do What They Do. As always, if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button, that way you won't miss the latest upload. Alrighty, let's make a start. The post reads, I lost my marriage and almost myself. Hi Reddit, I'm here because I need to share my story and maybe gain some perspective from others who have been through something similar. It's been a tough few months, and I'm still coming to terms with everything that happened. Maybe by putting it out there, I'll find some clarity, or at least feel less alone. To start with, I'm 38 years old, and my wife is 37. We were married for over 6 years, and together for nearly 9. We have 2 younger kids together, and for most of that, I thought we were a solid family unit. Sure, we had our ups and downs, like any marriage, but I never imagined things would unravel the way they did. A few months ago, she told me she was leaving. She blindsided me with a divorce the day after our daughter's 3rd birthday, telling me she's been unhappy in our marriage for a long time. She said she loved me, but wasn't in love with me. I was devastated. In my shock and desperation, I got a counselor and threw myself into the gym, hoping that I could prove to her that I could change and that we could reconcile. We weren't perfect in our marriage. No one is. But when you love someone, you accept them, flaws and all. The small things don't matter. Especially when you've built a life together. A whole kingdom you dreamed would last. I soon found out she was already involved with someone else, someone from her workplace who's 31 years old. After receiving an anonymous text telling me to look at her call logs, I discovered that they'd been talking non-stop since August 2nd, messaging and calling each other 24/7. This was during a time when we were on family vacation, honouring my dad by scattering his ashes in the ocean, as he'd passed away last year. I was in bed with her during that vacation, even as she texted and called him. What made it even harder to swallow was that this someone else was also married to his 30-year-old wife, and they have a newborn. Both my wife and her new partner upended their lives to be together, without a word to me or his wife until it was too late. I later learned that he had even told his own wife nearly every day about my wife and me, and that he loved my wife more than he loved her. Wow, fucking hell, that's rough. That revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. Meanwhile, my wife never once mentioned him to me, not even in passing. When I'd ask her about work, she'd tell me nothing of him, and whenever I tried to talk about the affair after it came to light, she denied everything or told me it was none of my business. The hardest part to accept is that while this emotional affair was unfolding, she and I were still going through the motions of our marriage. We were still intimate, still shared fun moments, and she continued to be affectionate. To me, it felt like we were happy, even though I sensed some distance at times. I thought we were just in a rough patch and we could work through. But clearly, she'd already started detaching herself from me from ways I didn't fully understand. It's painful to look back now and wonder how much that intimacy was real and how much of it was just going through the motions. Then, just a week after telling me she was leaving, she blindsided me again, this time with divorce papers. In the original decree, she demanded 91% custody of our kids, the majority of our assets, and nearly all of my financial resources. It felt like she was trying to leave me with nothing. After my breakdown and inpatient care, I got a lawyer, and so did she. Since then, things have turned ugly. She's been doing whatever she can to win, including some very dirty, low tactics. She's using everything she can against me, even breaking the trust of my older kids and leveraging things a decent person wouldn't touch. It feels like she's doing all of this just to hurt me, and I keep asking myself, what did I do to deserve this? Since then, she hasn't let me see the kids at all. I have text messages where I ask to see them, but her response is always the same. I don't feel safe with the kids around you. I've been trying to put myself back together piece by piece, but it hasn't been easy. The hardest part is being separated from my kids. Every time she denies me access, I take a screenshot and send it to my lawyer, building up evidence for our upcoming temporary custody hearing. What's worse is the feeling that I've been replaced, not as a husband, but as a father. Her new partner, the same guy she left me for, was introduced to my kids right out of the gate. He's now spending more time with them than I am, doing things with them that I used to do, and it stings. Her family, who I was close to for almost a decade, is so accepting of the relationship that they let him come over to their house all the time now. I never in a million years thought my kids' grandparents would like this. They always seemed very traditional, but now I feel like I no longer matter to them. Adding to the stress, I told her I wasn't leaving the house, which she didn't take well. Because of this, she ended up moving in with her parents. Meanwhile, it feels like she and her new boyfriend are moving at warp speed. I don't understand how they think this will last. They have both completely different ideologies, a significant age gap, and their relationship began by both of them cheating on their respective spouses. Yet somehow, they think they're going to beat the odds and defy the statistics. They're going to make things even harder. They work together constantly. She's in human resources and he's in safety. While they're with each other all day at work and even after work, he can write people up and send them to her to handle, which is a complete ethics violation. How they both still have a job is beyond me. Everyone they work with knows about the affair, and nobody there trusts them anymore. But they either don't seem to care or are oblivious to it. I keep asking myself if there was something I could have done to prevent this. I tried to reach out, tried to be civil, and even offered to help when it came to the kids. But every attempt seems to fall flat. She's moved on, and I'm picking up the pieces, feeling like I never got a fair chance to fix what was broken. Right now, I'm focusing on the little things I can control, going to the gym, working with my counsellor, doing my best to show up for my kids in any way I can. I'm trying to let go of the past and accept that the person I loved may no longer be the same, but it's hard to separate those memories from the person she is now. Thank you for reading if you've made it this far. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, maybe some encouragement, advice, or even just comfort of knowing someone else out there gets it. If you've been through something similar, I'd appreciate hearing how you managed to cope and rebuild. Right now, every day is a challenge, but I'm holding on to hope that things can get better. And yeah, to be honest, that final message about the hope that things can get better, that's the key one. It's not that they can, with the actions you're taking of trying to control the things you are. They will get better, day by day, very slowly. It'll be almost impossible to notice until 6 months later. You can look back and see how far you've come. In regards to your, I guess, ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, the new partner's probably poisoning the well and encouraging her to try and extract as much value as possible from you. The new partner has no loyalty to you. In a way, I imagine initially, before lawyers and all of that jazz started and their dirty tactics, she probably wasn't, I don't know, this is me guessing and making stuff up, but she probably wasn't thinking about trying to financially ruin you in the process. But then, given that the whole scope is changing from, okay, it's now just a fling to a relationship to, like, I'm settling down again with this new guy. I'm on the same page, though. I don't understand how they can trust each other at all. It's probably changed her focus to be, okay, let's extract as much value as possible to make our lives better at the expense of someone else. And the new boyfriend will probably be poisoning the well and trying to persuade your wife, or ex-wife, sorry, soon to be ex-wife, in fact, to do that to you. He's probably doing the exact same thing to his ex-wife, except it'll be your wife most likely encouraging that. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But you're doing the right things, and it sounds like your lawyer's getting you to do the right stuff as well. Let's see what the community says. Someone's left a comment quoting, "To make things even harder, they work together constantly. She's in human resources and he's in safety." And they wrote, "And you've reported this to the company, right?" And someone replies saying, "Should he though? She's going for financial blood. If she's unemployed, he'll be on the hook. I'd wait until after the divorce to report it." I agree with that, to which someone replied saying, "Correct answer." OP replied saying, "How do I do that? It's a local municipality, state organization." To which someone replied saying, "You file a report with the state." To which someone replied to that saying, "Yeah, OP, I'd report this. You might Google how to make a HR ethics complaint to the particular state or municipality. Sorry you're going through this, it sounds awful." It really does. Someone else has left a comment saying, "OP, have you had a record search done on this guy to see if he can be near your children? Do a background check, follow the advice of your attorney, but now refile if you need to under adultery. Do records requests of her phone and social media, have him served with papers also, and file a restraining order against her affair partner to not be allowed near your children until the divorce is finalized. Send her a co-parenting app for $49.51 split custody and 0 child support and 0 alimony, and seek 50% of the assets. Send her a childcare schedule, and when she does not adhere to it and does not respond, simply continue to mark your weeks and her lack of responses. Have your attorney draw it up and send it to her attorney also. The longer they keep the kids away, the more a judge will side with you. She's going to be your ex-wife, accept it, and she's acting like an enemy, so treat her like one. Don't give up 1 fucking inch to play nice. She is playing dirty, so don't look like the reasonable one to the judge, because you will get more out of it. Again, don't give up an inch." Someone replied to the previous comment saying, "Yes, and when she realizes you're also playing dirty and tries to backtrack and appeal to your emotions, do not give in and grey rock. She isn't remorseful. You could never be a happy family again. It's all her fault. She's shown her true colours." To which I think OP has said, "Thank you." Someone else left a comment saying, my first piece of advice is you do not do anything without the blessing of your lawyer. Often advice you're going to be given, while well-intentioned, is often short-sighted. Do not report your wife yet. She needs her job, unless you want to start picking up more financial slack. It'd be financial suicide, I think, to get your wife fired. There's always later if that's what you want, but again, you could be left picking up more financial slack. If she never communicated anything prior, there isn't much you could have done. You can't fix what you don't know. I know it's painful, but you'll be best served not worrying about the what-ifs right now. You need to focus on the reality and what you need to do. You have a lawyer, use that lawyer. It's fine to seek advice here for self-improvement, but be careful following advice that goes beyond that. Don't fuck yourself over for something that may feel good for a few days. Your lawyer is in the best position to address the child visitation and the lack of access to your children. She may get away with that in the short term, but I can't see this continuing unless there's some reason behind it. If it's out of vengeance, she won't last, and there should be TROs, I'm not sure what that means, that can outline your rights to visitation and access. Someone else has left a comment saying, since she wants to be with her new dreamboat so bad, use that to get concessions in the divorce. At least 50-50 custody. Hey, you don't want these kids messing up your honeymoon time with a new fella, right? You know, this divorce will be a lot quicker if you just give me the house and my 401k. I'll sign right now and you can marry Mr. Perfect. Talk to your lawyer and ask him if you can get the limerence divorce. Sounds like she's headed into this new thing at the speed of sound. You want to be a major speed bump that she gets out of the way quickly. Demand, 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 and dig your feet in. Someone else quoted, she's moved on, and I'm left at picking up the pieces, feeling like I never got a fair chance to fix what was broken. And they write, the only thing that was broken was her. There is absolutely nothing you could have done to prevent this. She's just trying to blame you for her flaws. 1000%. I think the comments here absolutely nail it for this one, which is obviously follow the advice of your lawyer. To be fair, this is the message that happens quite a lot in these videos, but follow the advice of your lawyer. They'll know for your state, for your municipality, what you're allowed to do, and also the best actions and the most likely succeeding actions. And yeah, control what you can control, exactly like you are doing already. You got this. Day by day, it will get better. Alrighty. Well, that's finished there for today. What do you think OP should do? What would you do in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss the latest upload. Alright, we'll have to finish there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.